known each other now? I just can't keep track. It flies by. 6 years.
Yeah.
And we met at a sale. You represented the sellers. I represented the buyers. It was a very interesting transaction.
Yes, it was.
But the best thing that came out of it was our friendship.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It definitely was. Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And I don't know how did it transpire that I ended up using you as a TC? Because you weren't really doing TC work except with another company, and then you went on to your own as a realtor.
Right. You had a probate.
Oh, that's right.
That's what it was. And because I had that experience, it was just supposed to be a one and done.
Yeah. And you were amazing. And it made my life so much easier. And you did so many things I never expected you to do. And I was singing your praises after that. And it was just, I don't know. Like I think I've told you 100 times, I don't think I'd be doing this business still if you weren't my partner, because that paperwork stuff just gets worse and worse every year.
Well, yeah, but we complement each other. That's the beauty of the friendship, is you do everything I can't, and I do the things that you don't want to.
That make me gag.
That's right.
Well, I tell you, it's been wonderful, and time has just flown by, and you're more than my partner with work. You're a good friend. And you have an interesting story, and that's why I kind of asked you to do this, because you didn't want to move to the rural part of San Diego County. You came kicking and screaming. So it's very interesting to me how people change what they thought would make a perfect home, and then they move somewhere completely different, and now you want to bury yourself in the backyard. You're not ever leaving. Right. So tell me about that. You were a city girl. You wanted your idea was a flat in downtown San Diego.
Yeah, I wanted to live in downtown San Diego. My husband is a much more outdoors man, and he had grandparents in Valley Center, and I think he really likes the concept of like a ranch. He loves to go camping and fishing, and I'm the polar opposite of him. And we decided to buy a house, and we were looking. I wanted a flat in San Diego, and he wanted something a little more inland. I grew up in Escondido, so Fallbrook was actually right next door. And I had grown up coming to the Avocado Festival on an annual basis. And I remember from Escondido, I thought it was miles and miles and miles away to Fallbrook. But yeah, my husband brought me out here, and we looked at a number of homes, and I called it Green Acres because I did not want, we were actually living in San Diego at the time, renting. But we found this house, and I fell in love with the house. And if they could have picked this up and moved it someplace a little more cosmopolitan, I would have really loved it. One thing led to another. It was actually a very rocky transaction, and a number of times we didn't know that we were going to be able to close it, and I was all for it canceling, but we made it through. And so I came out here, and my husband said to me, about 6 months after we moved here, I was in love, but I didn't want to admit it. And my husband actually said to me, you know, face it, you love it, and it goes against everything you believe to be true about yourself. And then that was true. So, and now I'm the gardener, the baker, I've become, a Fallbrookian, I guess. So yeah, I love it out here. I wouldn't want to live anyplace else. And I retired in 2006, went back to school, got my degree in 2008, and there wasn't a job to be had, because that was in the midst of
the
craziness. Yeah. I ended up getting a job working for a real estate company that did short sales. Okay. So I was negotiating short sales. Then they decided that if you were negotiating short sales, you needed to get a license. So I went and I got my license, and I thought, well, how difficult can it be? And you and I know we joke about this a lot. I am not. It's just, you have to have a very special personality. The skill set is completely different being a real estate agent from being someone who loves the paperwork side of things. So it didn't work out real well for me being an agent. I ended up going to work for a lender for 4 years. So I did that. And then I decided to give it a little more of a try. And I was part of the team. That's when you and I met. So, and that was, so I have done some of my own transactions, and you know that I gag through the entire experience.
But yet you're a broker. You got your broker's license.
I did. That was kind of a personal challenge to get my broker's license, yes.
And now you circle back to just doing transactions or helping transactions.
Yeah, well, I circled back to that pretty quickly.
But you still do your stuff once in a while with
every now and then. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But what a incredible, I think having that broad perspective of all these different facets of what goes on through a transaction is so helpful. And I love how you always get on the phone with Car Legal to find out those really important questions that we need answers to. And that's amazing. And you love that stuff.
I do.
Where I just sweat when I sit down at a computer. If I have to sit at the computer for hours at a time, I just don't know how you do it.
No,
but that's why we make such a good team.
Yeah.
Because you do the stuff I don't want to do.
And you do
and
the
I
stuff
can do what I
don't want to do.
I have really appreciated your support and your encouragement because it's hard. It's a challenging business, and I get down in the dumps, and you kind of are able to pick me up and help me see things in a different perspective. Of course, you're the pessimist for the most part.
Yes, I am. I'm the paranoid one, yes.
And I'm the one that's, I guess I don't see things the way you see things, which is helpful. You help me kind of see things differently, and I appreciate that very much.
Well, I look at everything as if we get sued or
Right.
if we go to mediation, what am I, so it can be annoying, but I sleep at night knowing that we've covered all the bases.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you in my corner.
I'm in the background, but you've done an amazing job.
Yeah, but the background's the most important thing.
No.
It's the root of the tree. You're the roots.
Oh, okay. I'm underground.
Right?
Yeah.
You're underground. Okay, so one question.
Okay.
What does home, if you can just paraphrase, what does home mean to you after all this experience with differences and how you ended up in Fallbrook in a home that you didn't think you were going to be out more than a couple years, and now you've been here 25 years. What does home mean to you when you hear that word?
Gosh. I love wood, and I love I like a very distressed. I like it to be so comfortable, kick your shoes off, help yourself to this is for guests, help yourself to the refrigerator. Hope you like dogs because
we can hear him barking.
We can hear him barking in the background.
The sedative hasn't kicked in yet.
No, it hasn't.
But that's home. That's your home.
Yeah, no coasters needed. No, this is just a place to completely be yourself and just comfort, and that's
what home means to
that's home. Yeah, to me.
That's awesome.
No stress.
Just like you said, I love that. Kick off your shoes and relax.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for opening your home to me and to this process. And
love having people come.
I think that's a wrap.